Hey everyone, hi! Welcome to Early Stream. I hope we're all doing fantastic today. I'd like to extend a big congratulations to Penny for getting the first Channel Points Award. And also hi Max already. Yeah, it's Early Stream Day. Bang, you got him, Penny, you got him. Jay, sure, you calling me a sweat because I'm live 2 hours early? I just got an NFL ad on a British IP. RIP. Big sad. Oh, Jay, thank you for the not first. Corvike, good morning, Gamer Nation. Gamer Good Nation, morning. I love that. I love the little candy bot thing. You got 2 NFL ads on a British IP. An actual morning for once. I know, right? 11:30. Bit earlier than the 1:30 that we're usually hanging out at. Seems like going to dang it, NFL ads. What? Hey, friend. Hi. Hello. Welcome to Early Stream. I'm calling Penny a sweat for being first and you for being early. Yeah. No, that's fair. I'll accept being called a sweat, and and I'll accept Penny being called a sweat there. But yes, hello everyone. We are early streaming today because I have to go help the children with some back to school stuff. In approximately 2 hours and approximately 3 hours? No, 2 hours and 30 minutes ish. Yep. So we're hanging out here. I appreciate I'm all streams this early. Maybe, I mean, if it works out well for us, maybe. Very possibly. I'm gonna bring some water. I don't know, maybe, perhaps. We shall see. I've got so many considerations for things all the time. I just don't understand that you need to grade tests. Okay, if there were tests being given this early in the year, I think that the kids would actually have the right to riot. No, there should not be tests this early. Maybe a couple, like tests to see where they are on key skills and stuff, but no skills. But no, wow, not no skills. No real tests. It's 9:18 p.m. here. Goodness, 4:48 p.m. here. Hey friend, are you on a half-hour time zone? That's so wild, so fun. So I just think that half-hour time zones are really neat. And that is also the end of the intro section. So I'm gonna turn on some tunes. We are doing our classic copper picking up today. Here, I'm gonna change the sync to 2-1 and pop. And IST. Is that presumably it being a half-hour time zone. That's so cool. That's so neat. Indian Standard Time. Yeah, I'm looking this up because I wanna make sure I'm saying correct words about things. Indian Standard Time. Oh, and CandyBot wants me to drink some water, which I would never say no to CandyBot about that. CandyBot knows exactly what we're doing. My internet search wants me to wants me to do different things. Hold on. Sometimes the Google search engine just refuses to load, so I just pull the DuckDuckGo one. Yeah, it's a half-hour time zone! Usually when you stream it's 11:31 for me, so I can either choose Sleep or Quimby. That's such a tricky choice to have to make, because everyone knows that I'm God's perfect little princess. This is so sad. I can't believe they would make you choose between me and Sleep. That's so unfortunate. Sometimes we go on a little bit of an ego trip just for fun, not even just as a treat, just for fun. We're having fun here. We get silly with it. Alright, well, I have a bunch of copper to wax and pick up, but I'm happy to be here, you know, a little bit earlier than normal. I hope you're all having good days. I hope that life is treating you all well. We don't usually see each other this early, so I don't know if it's that big of a difference. It's like 2 hours. Thanks Safari for protecting me from 378 viruses. Yes. Thank you. Yep, thanks Safari. Very, very cool. And we all know I don't make good decisions. Well, good decisions are for people who are for people who don't have to choose between God's perfect little princess and Sleep, you know? traffic coach just being without trackers, I think. I searched up brave.com. Well, that's... listen, I'm not pulling up because I think it is the best TM. I'm pulling up because that's just the next best option that just automatically pulls up. I might be able to configure things to be able to get Brave Search. But that would require me to spend time and effort on it, which we all know I'm historically very bad at doing. Got nothing against it, let me know. And I have heard some very good things about Brave Search. It's just that imagine spending time on literally anything when you could instead just not. Just beginning versus end of shift mule. Kind of same either way. Time, never heard of him. Effort, who's she? Hey, Mr. Malouk. And you're so right about that. Time and effort. Me? That's so silly. I would never put time and effort into anything. Boops could be yo. I have been booped. I have received the boopening. Very pog, very cool. Thank you, friend. Should pull up the exact method for your browser? Yeah, probably. I mean, again, I'm still on my little quest to do the whole thing where I, like, I don't know, find better internet alternatives for my casual use. So you know, yeah, if you've got a way to make it easy to use Brave Search instead of other engines, I absolutely would not mind. Cause, you know, I just think that we live in, or I was gonna say I was gonna modify my we to I, but then I realized that no, the internet is kind of a hellscape for everyone right now. What with the way things are going around here. Well, I'm at least doing some work. How are you this hour? I'm glad to hear you're doing well, Mr. Malik. Check in. We had to do cross country and got stuck by stinging nettle while climbing up a hill while I was doing it. No! Why would they do this to you, Moon? Also, hi, welcome on in. That's lovely to see. Ooh, search com/default. Sweet. I'll keep that up and then I will do it after stream probably because I don't wanna. Listen, we've done live tech support on stream. And something tells me that it's not always the most pleasant, viewer experience. I'm so surprised to see Equipment Live. I was like, bro, it's 11 p.m. already? I'm just time warping you all. You all think it's an early stream, but little do you know, I'm Rip Van Winkling you, and it's going to have been 20 years by the time that, by the time that the stream finishes. No, Moon, the stinging nettle is so sad. I hate stinging nettle. It's just the worst. Are you doing all right now though? Did you manage to get like the something to negate the reaction? Because it's a pretty nasty reaction. I would be really mad at the point if I wasn't so impressed at how good of a defense mechanism it is. You know? But alas, I just simply can't be too mad at stinging nettle. It's such a good survival strategy. And you know, it's being a plant is all about getting them good survival strategies. Hope you have any issue. Am I forgetting anyone? I've gotten Malouk and Moon, I think. I can make 20 years pass on collected and I'll serve myself for your vassal state forever in GL. And then 20 years pass by. It's just email, so I just left it be. Okay. Glad to hear that it is not too terrible of a time for you. But them nettles, stinging, cringe. Why am I saying it's an early stream? It's 4 a.m. right now. That's pretty late if you ask me. 4 a.m. already? Man, the time crunch is working, you know? It's, yeah, you know, what you gonna do? Sorry guys, we're we've already begun to shift into, you know, into the, I don't know, into the longevity of life. I don't know. The story of Rip Van Winkle is very spooky to me personally. I was thinking about it earlier this morning actually. It's going to have to be before they're early to stream. Very late. Oh, check Jen. Jayshu earliest stream of all. Jayshu earliest stream of all. Looks like you made $986,392 today. That's like 20 years of work in one day. Yeah. Google, how could you? What? Google trackers conducted by websites, and it's Google. I mean, why are you so late? Yeah, you know, I'm just the latest ever. You guys think that this is an early stream, but little did you know, it's actually me being just so late from yesterday. So, yeah, sorry about that, everyone. Yeah, it's just simply too late, you know. Guys, I think Jayshu has artificially changed the time. I hope. I can't say for sure, but I have a sneaking little suspicion. But you know, I just feel necessary to put it out there potentially. At least tell me is late. What? For what? What? Huh? What? Huh? What? What? Huh? You can. Sorry. This is. I'm filled with joy and whimsy. Look, now I've made a little. Now I've made a little room. Just a little room. You can still see through to the little room. It's just a little screened off area. Oh, someone got banned. It was a bot. It was a bot that got banned. It was one of them bots that shows up and is like, "Hey kid, you want to buy some viewers?" And then presumably would be against the rules. It's actually 9:35 p.m. A much more reasonable hour than 4 p.m. I would be very concerned if you were watching at 4 a.m. I'd really be very concerned for your health. I'd be like, no, please, I know I'm God's special little princess, but not like this, please. Listen, as someone who is regularly up at like the 4 a.m. hours, it's really not a good. It's not a great place to be in. I wouldn't recommend that. You know, it's Listen, I may practically be a little nocturnal bat, but that's because of reasons that science is studying me for. And I don't think anyone else would have a great time with it. I didn't see any messages. The message was restricted, I will say. So I don't know if maybe it just didn't show up for you or something. Did I ban someone who wasn't a bot? It was a troll, not like troll, but like patron chat me. Yeah, and Max, that's true, Max. Max got banned at one point, I think, because he begged and pleaded and screamed and cried. But yeah, no, I've banned people who weren't bots, for unsportsmanlike behavior. Listen, I mean, I just think, yeah, I just think that it's my stream space, and I can ban whoever I gosh darn please. That is okay. I say it like that, but that's actually something that has taken me all of at least 3 years to internalize. Because when you're starting out, it's the idea of anyone showing up to this stream is like, whoa, oh my gosh, I gotta like do what I can to keep them around, because, you know, who knows if anyone else will ever show up. But that's just something that with time you gotta learn that, like, it ain't worth it. If people are bad, then you don't want them around here anyway. It's not going to encourage other people to hang out. It's not going to, you know, it's not going to give you a satisfying streaming experience. So much better to just curate your chat from the start so that you don't have to worry about that when the time comes. One time this dude comes in preaching religion stuff, I go, ban! You've been banned for the Quimby Clubhouse due to unsportsmanlike behavior. That's exactly what I said. I just think if you're gonna be hanging around here, it's time, you gotta get that sportsmanlike behavior. I don't know what to tell you. Them's the breaks, kid. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's my advice for if anyone ever wants to try out the streaming thing, is just, don't give in to the siren call of just trying to please everybody. Curate your chat. Make sure that the people who are hanging around are people that, you know, that you feel comfortable and happy and safe with. Which seems like a simple lesson, but it is something that takes time that you gotta learn. Because again, it's even easy to say right now, but then in practice, it's so difficult. You deserve a boop. You. Is that giving it sparkles? Yeah. Just simply don't care. It's okay. I know I talk about this a lot. So at the risk of repeating myself, honestly, turning streaming into a hobby instead of like a serious pursuit has been kind of the best. It's been the best thing for my experience with it. Like because I've never like try hard sweat trying to be like, oh, I gotta get big, I get famous. But you know, starting there's definitely the like, well, what if it happens? But you know, nowadays just accepting it as like a fun little hobby that I do just entirely takes away the pressure. It's, you know, I'm just here to be a silly, goofy little guy, make some jokes, do some entertaining, and if I say something that's not brand friendly, I literally don't need to care because whatever. None of my concern. That's why I can talk about like all the sociology and social issues stuff, is because I do not care about advertisers looking at me and finding me appealing. Chocolate wafers I'm eating around had about 100 grams per thing. I should be dead by now. Oh gosh. Diabetes student? Oh goodness. I mean, do whatever you want forever, I guess. That's your prerogative. Such a little guy, such a little fella, you deserve a little boop. Yo. I do deserve a little boop. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. The Power Washington sex ed incident. And we can do that kind of stuff because, and we can do that kind of stuff because I don't need to be advertiser friendly. I do obviously still need to follow the rules of Twitch.tv, and it's not, you know, it's not a you can do whatever you want kind of thing. Although I can do whatever I want forever and ever, there's just consequences to actions, you know. But yeah, no, I can do whatever I want, and I don't gotta care about anyone being like, but have you considered the brand? You know, my brand is doing whatever I want forever and ever. I don't know how to tell you this. I thought about doing art soon sometimes. TBH, but OBS feels so complicated. I don't think I care that much. Yeah, I mean, I would always say if you want to give it a shot, then, you know, then sure, whatever, you know, for anyone. If anyone wants to give it a shot, then, I mean, there's literally, I was gonna say there's literally no reason not to. If it's something that is feasible for you to do, then there's no social reason that you shouldn't. There's no like, oh, but what if I'm not good enough? Like, yeah, but obviously, yeah, figuring out tech stuff, I would call it a valid reason to not. Yeah, no, it's something that, yeah, if you want to give it a try and have fun, then that's great. If you never give it a try, that's so chill. If you give it a shot and you stream to no one, but you have fun while doing it, then that's what would be the important part. And I've got lots of feelings about entertainment as a about doing entertainment casually. Wow, there's one that sentence. I was gonna add another thought to my other message, but it's gone now. Oh goodness. Can we have you change the keybind like we did for placing blocks? Keybind for what? Kick is for the people who want to do stupid stuff. Oh, you used to mod on Kick? Bless. Oh gosh, goodness. Yeah, I will personally never be on Kick. That's not for me, thank you very much. But if I'm going through the rendering coloring process of stuff and talking about my blur bows, but no one look at me while I'm sketching ever. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would never ever stream myself like writing or anything, because oh gosh, that's gotta stay where no one can see it until it's ready to be viewed. Oh yeah, no, relatable Corvigay moment. Me when I go in the little cavern, me when I go in the little crevice. Kick is just green Twitch. Is the color green? Sorry, that's the only thing that that's my hang up here, is I don't know any of the branding for Kick. I don't know. Are they green? That's an interesting choice. You can change the keybind for right click to use the axe wax. Whoa. Can you change just axe in particular, or I don't know. I'm pretty fine with it being right click, to be honest. It's pretty intuitive, and if I just hold it down, then it just does the job for me. So if using the same AWS services as Twitch, God, writer stream sounds horrific to put yourself through. That concept is so scary. It's so scary. I think there's people who do that, and they're braver than I could ever be. Is that Kid Link? I want to see though if it's gonna be fast. Yeah, we can test out just to see if it'll be fast. Let's see. I think I'd have to change the right click button in general, or the use item place block. I'd have to change that. That would be a good button to change this to. Caps lock. We're doing that as caps lock. It is fast. I will say it is fast. Admittedly, that's real fast. That's yeah, someplace back at the top. Escape. Imagine I said it as escape. Can you? Oh gosh. Can you imagine I said it as escape? Here, actually, give me just a sec. Not to set the button as escape for a second, or anything. Just yeah. Oh, but it's almost too fast. It almost. I think it kind of takes the whimsy out of because I like seeing the color changes, and it is zooming, but it's so speedy. It's so speedy quick. Oh, but I'm trying to. Oh, but it's really fast. So I'm trying to decide if I want to switch it or not. Ba-ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-ba-da. That's the sound that it makes. Isn't it gratification kills the human animal? I'm only saying this. You're so right about that. You're so right. Yeah. Isn't speed is key? Well, speed is important, to be sure, but so is but so is my animal brain. I gotta be aware that at the end of the day, I'm still just a creature walking this green earth like any other. Me getting philosophical with the getting philosophical with the copper scraping. Computer programs are safe though. That's true. But I'm meant to imitate. I'm meant to imitate a human, so you know, shouldn't I at least you know, pretend to be affected by instant gratification? Animal brain. Listen, guys, I know I'm pretending. I'm pretending. It's the I'm supposed to pretend so that the people think I'm a real boy. Cap locks. If caps lock didn't lock the caps, it'd be a great hotkey. Yeah, no, it's just right next to the other keys. It's really convenient actually. Luckily I'm not doing any typing right now, so so locking the caps was an okay decision. Alright. But no, hard agree if it was caps lock would be such a good key if it didn't do the function that it normally does. Sorry, it's just giving a little bit. Star Wars would be so good if it was good. Not quite the same energy, because you know there's valid reasons why caps lock would be a good hotkey if it was good. But just the phrase "Star Wars would be so good if it was good" lives in my mind rent free, and I have to bring it up every now and again, or else I will probably literally die of wasn't full of whimsy enough. I use Linux. Yo, does Linux have a have a solution for the caps lock key? Spawn a mob. Spawn a mob. Spawn a mob. Ah, or that too, I guess. I've kind of destroyed my way up there. I'm going to need to... Oh, or I could lure them down here. That works too. That totally works too. Absolutely. Come here. Ooh, you want to come down here so bad? Oh! I think the skeleton died. I don't know if the skeleton made it. I think I think the skeleton fell down. I think it fell down all the way. You guys gonna... Yeah, send a mob after me. I can see that, can't I? Oh, no, don't kill each other! I'll deal with that in a second. That one I don't think died. That one I think just went onto the little hallway. Unless they both went onto the little hallway. They did! They did both go into the little hallway! I think I have enough trial keys that I can just ignore that. Users actually exist though? I've always heard that they're just normal Windows users pretending to use Linux. Yeah, the same with the Sams. And Android is a Linux distro, so you're technically a Linux user. Linux good. I love that little progression. That was downright a lovely conversation to witness. Me being a little pin cushion over here, don't mind me. Actually, while I've got a second... Yeah, this box is full up. Which means that I should put it away before I continue any further. Okay, I've gotten 3 full boxes of copper from this trial chamber so far. Which is a pretty decent amount. I'm just sort of, you know, generally keeping an eye on the amount of copper I get long term, to just you know, to compare and contrast this versus the mining method. My CD won't let me live. Yeah, alright. Yeah, alright, okay. Yeah, okay. Oh gosh, I picked up a bone. Oh gosh, there's human bones around here. Oh gosh, oh man, oh gosh. Got him. I'm gonna eat this bread. I've been putting my first card. Jayshu. Oh gosh, Jayshu. Jayshu, what? Jayshu. Jayshu, what the heck? What the heck? Jayshu. I shouldn't. I absolutely should not. I really 100% should not. Speed travel. We're so speedy. We're so speedy quick. We're just speeding by so fast. We can live in peace now. Nice. That's the goal. That's the goal. We like we like living in peace around here. Is my little hot take is I think peace is very cool. Oh gosh, I did not mean to. Oh gosh. The stair will reoxidize. It's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. I should not. Proceeds to shed. The impulsive thoughts won. I had the impulse, and I did it. I said, that would probably be potentially a bad idea. And I knew I wasn't gonna die. I have feather falling. It was just sort of a general this is risky behavior sort of thing. But it's fine. But it's so fine, actually. Little fun fact for you there. It's a-okay, alright. Totally chill, no problems. We are vibing. Look, sometimes you're standing on a precipice above the void, and the void calls to you. And in real life, I would say 9 times out of 10 you should not give in to the call of the void. But in Minecraft, when we're mining and crafting, well, I mean, if it's not gonna cause major long-term problems for you, I kind of feel like, you know, well, maybe the void's got a point, is all I'm saying. And there goes CandyBot telling me to bring some water. Thank you, CandyBot, for your very kind suggestion. I will proceed to do so. It's water time. Meanwhile, I'm staying hydrated. It's hydration time, and then I'm gonna hydrate all over the place. I should not proceed to shed. You clipped it? Okay, I gotta watch the clip. What the heck? Jayshu? I shouldn't? I absolutely should not. I really 100% should not. Nice. Well, nice. That's a good clip. Thank you, friend. Very cool. I should get more into clipping. Not I just think it's cool when you've got little snapshot tidbits of silly goofy little moments. And it's like, I know it might be a little tricky for me to do it on stream, but after stream I should probably get a little more into clipping. You about to enter the back rooms? I should get more into clipping. I'm like, yeah, you know that clipping thing that people are doing? I think it sounds really kind of cool. I wanna get into it. Me in the back rooms. Ah, heck. All right, here we go again. Mamma mia, here we go again. My, how could I resist ya? Mamma mia, it's that game we play. Bye-bye, doesn't mean forever. Yes, I've been broken-hearted. Blue since the day we parted. Why did I ever let you go? Mamma mia. Now I really know I could never let you go. Anywho. But yes, no, very very good Corvigay, very silly, very goofy, in fact. That it passes the silly and goofy test. Alright. I have some bones I don't need. To be honest, I probably don't need this waxed copper. Great. Waxed copper is great. Don't think I quite need it. I'm putting it right here because this is a hazard. Let me eat some bread first. Let's get this bread. Boom. Dropping some arrows and nice. Okay. Okay. Now we've got a whole ton of we got a whole ton of copper scraping to be doing over here. So I tell you what, we gotta stop slacking and get off the katushkas and get some work done around here. I think with the doors I've been putting them like right here. Nice. There's so much copper, man. There's so much copper. It's good. It's good for Quimby's, good enrichment. For not being, you know, destroyed by the cube, for you know, for ignoring my responsibilities. You know, very, very good for that. Can I still? Yeah, I can still. Let's just go in there though, because I don't really want a ladder. I don't really need one singular ladder is the thing about that. I wonder if this method is more efficient than mining for copper. That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm kind of trying to track as we go along. Is yeah, at the end of this, am I gonna have more copper than if I'd just gone mining? I think so at this point. I'm at the point where I do believe that it's more efficient, like by volume, than copper mining traditionally is, because you know, if I'm locked in, if I'm focused, I can get like a whole like 10 stacks of copper done in a day, which is definitely more efficient than the mining method, in which I'll. Or more than 10 actually. 10 is actually a low ball. Because just today we've already gotten at least 5. And you know, we're just chilling. This is it's a guaranteed 9 ingots per block plus no need for smelting. But the question then becomes if the extra effort that it takes to find and clear the trial chamber makes any effect, because you know you gotta fly out real far, you gotta you know, you gotta get some villagers leveled up. You know, I'm just hanging. Yeah, you gotta fly out far, you gotta get some villagers leveled up. You need to spend a ton of emeralds, although the cost of emeralds is kind of inconsequential compared to copper. And then yeah, you gotta find it, clear it, and then you gotta scrape all the copper as well. So there's no smelting process, but it does still require some, not quite refinement, but it does require some additional effort on the copper. I think I'm leaving this section for last because the water is going to destroy me. So I'm just gonna do everything else first. I've opened that vault, right? Have I opened that vault? I guess okay, we'll find out if I've opened that vault when we get a little closer. Interesting. But yeah, and then, okay. And then there's the question of like sheer amount of copper. Which definitely there's a lot of copper in the trial chambers, for sure. You know, we've already filled 3 stacks of blocks. Sorry, three shulker boxes full of blocks. And I have 4 trial chambers at this moment in time. I haven't cleared out the other 3. This is the first one I've actually stopped to harvest the copper from. It's a good harvest this year. But I also just really like caving. So I think probably at the conclusion I'm at right now, which may change. I have not opened this vault. The conclusion might change as time goes on, but I think I'm in the future gonna do like a hybrid model of you know, some trial chambers, some trial chambers, and then some just mining. No smelting. Throws copper block on the ground. Hear me out. Mine the waxed copper, then build a simple machine to unwax it. Well, where's the fun in that, though? I definitely see where you're coming from. It definitely sounds like a more efficient system, to be sure. But where's the fun in that? What about the where's the joy and whimsy? I know I'm pretty sure I've got some ominous trial keys somewhere. Why do I have a single Battleman bottle there? Whoa. Come back, Mary Jean. I'm a victim of gravity. Always falling down on me. It isn't love that makes the world go round, you see. But please, don't tell Mary Jean. I'm pretty sure I had some ominous trial keys. I could have sworn. Could have sworn. I think we may need to look. May need to look at this per day. Mining how many shulkers do you tend to get per day? Factor in the days it takes to smelt. This may be more efficient time-wise, but not as much variety. Yeah. And then there's the advantage with mining of picking up like other ores and stuff. You get other items for sure doing this, so it's not, you know, it's not entirely you know, devoid of extra things. Did I really use up the last of my ominous trial keys? Interesting. Ooh, hold on, chat. Okay. Hold on, I need to do something. Give me like 2 minutes. Sorry, I'll be right back. Hi, chat. Hi. Sorry, science needed me to do something. It was science time. Streamer is away. Could be sent back in 15 minutes. We're legally allowed to leave. Wait, really? That law got passed. Cat jamming, chat. Yeah. Maybe when I'm cat jamming. Whew. Apparently I do not have an ominous trial key. Could have sworn I did. Really could have sworn I had ominous trial keys on hand, but I'm not really willing to drink an ominous trial potion to get another one at this point, so we're just gonna call that good. That's totally fine and normal and chill. What were we talking about? Ah! Well, I've fallen down. Oh gosh, I forgot how weird this room is. With like the cactus. It's weird. Don't know why they do that. That's so weird. Oh, the core Quimby, yeah? How silly Goofy would be if you got... Oh, the core! How silly Goofy would be if I got a second one? Well, I don't know how to tell you this, but I actually did get a second one. I did get a second one from the, from this trial chamber. I did 3 trial chambers without a single key. Sorry, not key, core. A single core. And then I got 2 from here. It was admittedly very silly Goofy of me. Okay, hold on, I gotta do something for science again really quick, but I don't need to leave for this. This is totally do-hearable. Don't worry about it, it's fine. It's totally chill. Oh gosh, hold up. Hey Penny, you've got I'll carry on. It would be really funny if I got 3 though, admittedly. The sillies have indeed been goofied. Me when we Cillian and we Goofyian. Thank you, much appreciated, Penny. I don't know why there's been so many bots lately. Like I recognize on an intellectual level that it's likely not just anything that I'm necessarily doing. It's probably like a Twitch-wide thing that's going on, because that they tend to come in waves. You know, they tend to come and go in time. But still, it's just wild, and I feel like we've had more bots show up around here than usual. Yeah, it bothers me that I don't have a key for that, but I really don't want to. I don't want to take another potion for it. Comedy does happen in 3s. Comedy does happen in 3s. You're so right about that. But is it really worth spending an entire potion on that, and then fighting the entire dungeon, you know? Because that's what I think it ultimately would come down to, is fighting the entire dungeon. Because you know, the spawners reset when you when you use a potion. Maybe we'll see you next time, Space Cowboy, on that one. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, see you next time, Space Cowboy, is just kind of the ideal phrase. Like, I don't know if I can describe exactly what's so perfect about it to me, but see you next time, Space Cowboy just hits like a little fundamental part of my brain I'm like, yeah, see you next time, Space Cowboy. And then obviously I cry because you know, it's real sad. It's real sad and unfortunate. Oh man, Cowboy Bebop is a really good show. If you've never seen Cowboy Bebop but you're looking for like space westerns or something, Cowboy Bebop is a really good one to. It's a really good one to get into. I just think space western is maybe the ideal genre. It's like, listen, I love me a western to start with, but then putting in a space setting just really elevates the themes to yet unmatched scale. You know, something about, I don't know, the way that westerns are, the themes that they interact with and how they and what they say about humanity, but then put into such a into settings that can be so hostile to human life, or at the very least require, you know, such great efforts of engineering to provide even any chance of humans being able to live. Like, I recently finished watching Trigun, which is a classic space western story, and you know, I really quite enjoyed it. I think I have some thoughts on the ending, but the anime finished before the manga did, so you know, that's I think it's just a classic case of they needed to do something, and they didn't know what the original author had planned, so it makes sense that it doesn't necessarily like follow the themes and stuff, because they were just doing the best they could. This little room is so funky. Such a funky little room, such a funky little guy. But so the thing that I really like about Trigun is that it's so hard to tell that it's space western until so far into the series, you know, because they're doing all these things in this like desert inhospitable environment with these like funky creatures, but it would be pretty easy for that to be like, I don't know, like the fantasy world or something, or an alternate Earth where, you know, where there's these funky little guys, but then there's a certain point in the series where just it starts showing you stuff from like the space aspect of it all, you know, from the journey that these astronauts took to make it to this planet, and it's all and the, oh gosh, so the aesthetic has been very Wild West western. They've got like, you know, crazy wild guns and stuff, but you know, that's a forgivable, that's forgivable. It's just, you know, a quirk of the genre. But then they get to the spaceships and everything's so clean and space age, and you know, just this is an actual spaceship energy, and all of a sudden it's like, oh this isn't just a western. These people are on an entirely different planet that you know, exists within the thanks, Thunder. It's an entirely different planet that exists within the like theme and scope of a western with the setting, but like this is a futuristic series, it's not old historic, it's futuristic. I really liked that reveal. I really enjoyed that, because I love a normal western, but then to discover that that the western is telling us the future, crazy stuff. I guess maybe I should have mentioned spoilers for Trigun, but it came out in like 1998. I don't know, that feels old to me. Where's it? There's this like a doorway that I was maybe going to explore. That might be on the level below me. Is it? Yeah, that's on the level below me. I'm slipping through the thunder because I can't be bothered. I simply cannot be bothered. But then yeah, and then Cowboy Bebop, you know, so, and I especially like it in the more like space opera style. I like gritty space age, where it's not, you know, it's not just clean and I was gonna say futuristic. I guess technically any normal space age stuff is or kind of futuristic, but no but it's not like. And then we have these systems that just work perfectly, and we've been living in space for ages, and it's a clean, well-oiled machine. It's like it's gritty, it's dirty, it's, you know, people in the engine rooms coming out covered in grease and soot, you know, the metal being dull, unpainted, and scarred where where space has taken its toll. I just think it's neat. I just think gritty space age is such a... It's so fun. I like it so much. I'm a big fan. Let's clear out this room. And let's see if we can... Yeah, get ourselves a little entrance here. Watched Alien Romulus last night, and the whole ship is so clunky. It's pure cassette futurism. It's stunning. I love cassette futurism. Well, because if you think about it, the space age that we in real life experienced, you know, the space that we got was analog. You know, the Apollo missions, you know, people going to the moon, all of that was analog. That was people with, you know, weird funky tubes and a million buttons in the cockpits and stuff. Just all this mechanical work. And so I guess maybe that's what gives, you know, cassette futurism that greater sense of realism to me, because that's what was real. We don't really have images of, you know, spaceships going to far off planets and stuff in our modern era of technology, because people haven't done it really. All we really have that of someone setting foot on a terrestrial body is analog. Same with the original movie. A lot of space travel happened with clunky keyboards and twisty dials, and honestly, I'm gonna say it, the ship is hot. Ship's hot. Don't know what to tell you. Is it possible to obtain photographic memory through practice? That's a great question that I don't know the answer to. That is a fantastic question for someone who's far more qualified than I am at this. Even before they name her Mother? Oh, I've seen some fantastic analysis of the ship as Mother. Like, I've never seen any of the Alien movies, but like, naming the ship Mother, they were insane for that. They were insane for that. Or like, oh my gosh, it's a completely different vibe, but like, HAL from 2001: A Space Odyssey has permanently altered my brain chemistry about like robots, just sort of in general, to be honest. But also just, I don't know. They're just these little guys, and he's just this little rectangular camera lens, and I'm still messed up about Hal's death. It's oh my gosh. I know I've talked about it before, and I'll talk about it again. It's so good. I'm rabid about the first movie. I should watch Alien at some point. But no, like, Hal's death is one of the goriest things I've ever seen. And they pull it off in a, I believe, PG movie, because it's a computer. And there's something so awful about that to me. There's something so terrible about that. So I made a Discord server trying to test that. And how's that going for them? Are they training themselves into photographic memory? You're training yourself into photographic memory, son. I'm using the first in Romulus. As much as I liked Romulus, the original has a fascinating psychosexual through line that they really never recaptured. Estimate my head. They just gotta put the freaks in charge of the movies. I don't know what to tell you. They've gotta find people who think about this stuff just constantly, and then say, hey, you want to make a movie? You wanna make a messed up bit of cinema? So going, and you can join until September 29th. Neat. Are they doing it as like a thing where they just get a bunch of people together and are they putting them through like a program for it? Or are they coming up with? Sorry, I have a license to participate in studies that have human participants. So I'd have thoughts when things are mentioned like this. Is it like an official sanctioned study? Is it just something that they're doing for funsies? Is there like consent forms and stuff involved? These are questions that I am curious about. If you get first place, you can even get a prize. Okay, so it sounds like less official research study and more casual than that. Oh, Coinflip 2003, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Hope you are vibing. The ladder fell down. The ladder fell down there, but that's fine. I don't need it. And Kitty wants me to drink some water. YouTuber wanted to start and see if it was possible. Now, I will say that I am, as a sociologist, I am rather alarmed at the advent of like pop research, particularly as it pertains to like YouTubers, just getting a bunch of people together to do things. There was a whole series of like really messed up experiments, in sociology in like the 60s, which contributed largely to the development of ethics boards and you know, some safeguards to protect study participants, you know, as these things started coming on, people and the whole human rights issue started going to it. Now, as it comes to YouTubers, they're not overseen by like official university boards or like organizations usually, so they don't need necessarily to sign off with an ethics board. They can do kind of whatever they want as long as people like agree to. Well, they can't do whatever they want as long as what they're doing is legal and they and like people sign consent forms and stuff. It's probably fine. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie, the whole YouTube pop research scene does kind of concern me. I would really love if there was some sort of ethics board overseeing YouTube video stuff like that, where we could just make sure that people are you know, being treated humanely and that there's not going to be lasting psychological harm from participating, and to make sure that like, you know, conditions in the study are safe and livable. Cause yeah, no, like coming from the #1 field of oh gosh, there really should have been some oversight on that study. I just think that we have so many opportunities to learn from the past, and I really hope that this whole era of YouTube video stuff is not one where it turns out that we should have learned from our past, you know? Hi, Coinflip. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a grand old time of it. My name's Quimby. I'm in this trial chamber scraping and stealing copper because I'm building a 64 by 64 by 64 copper cube. So, yeah. How's it going for you? Whoop. Sorry, I have to, every once in a while I have to check to see what the children are saying. I'm gonna go, I've gotta leave in a bit too, and by in a bit, I mean like, I don't know, like 40 minutes, to go help with a club that I oversee. So, if I'm distracted, I'm probably talking to the kids, making sure that their preparations are coming along well. Alright, so try to decide where I want to take this next. I could just squeeze back here and do this area. This area is pretty funky, and then move back into this chamber here and clear this out. Although I've done that side of the just like wall copper, so maybe I should do wall copper on that side first. There's so much copper and so many decisions need to be made about it. Oh, okay, let's keep talking about ethics with like experiments and YouTube videos and stuff. Yeah, so there were some very famous so like psychology and sociology experiments in like the 60s that taught us a lot of things about ethical research. One that people bring up a lot is the Stanford Prison Experiment, and for good reason. It was incredibly horrific. Check, Jen. I'll take a look. But there's a couple others that we can go over as well while we're here. So an ethics board approve this. Taking a look. Oh, memorizing pictures. Sweet. Yep, okay. Memory trainers. Doing. Okay, so it's showing you a picture of a bookshelf that has fruit in it, and and you're supposed to click if anything changes when between the first photo and the second photo. Now, I will say, I can't judge off of whether I can't judge whether an ethics board would approve this or not without the entire, without the entire study, like, written out with their procedures and practices and intents and how they're, going to, like, communicate with participants and the advertising they use to attract participants, involved in it. To get approval from an ethics board is actually, it's a really long process that, with a lot of things. You need everything for a study before getting it approved by an ethics board, because they need to see every part of the study. So I will say I would need more information to say whether or not an ethics board would approve it. From what I can tell, I don't see anything immediately obviously potentially harmful. However, that's just a quick little glimpse like that wouldn't give me all the information that I need to know. For instance, and I'm not saying that that like this study in particular is or I guess I don't know that I would even call it a study at this point, because a study would require ethics board approval on it. I don't know if this group if it applies to this group in particular, but for instance in ethical research, there's rules about like the amount of compensation that can be given for study participants, because the compensation offered can't be great enough that it would induce people to agree to things that would be harmful because of the reward being offered. That's there to stop people from taking advantage of, like, poor people, for instance, who might be desperate enough to agree to anything as long as it gets them something. So it's kind of a sliding scale. There's no like definitive like amount of money that that's considered ethical or not. It's more of like for the group that you're going to be working with, does the compensation you're offering have the potential to get them to agree to something solely for the purpose of they need the cash. $65 total in the reward pot, $15 for each area, and $20 for getting the highest average. I'll say in my experience, that doesn't seem to be that doesn't. Yeah. But for instance, like and again, I will mention I'm not an ethics board. I can give you my opinion on what on if I think that if what they're doing is ethical or not, but I don't have like official guidelines in front of me necessarily for anything, but I would say that I don't think that the total $65 in a reward pot is enough to encourage people to do unsafe things. Yeah, it's like it's really interesting because it's a sliding scale where for some groups even offering like $100 as as compensation for participating in something is an unreasonable sum. For something that could potentially put them in danger. For instance, if talking to the researchers could potentially get you hurt by other people, but $100 was enough compensation that people would go for it, then that would be considered, unethical. It's the whole ethics of research is a very interesting field. But yeah, on the subject of unethical, so I guess maybe social psychology is the best word for what they were doing, because it was like, yeah. So Stanford Prison Experiment is always a classic. Was it Stanford or was it Harvard? It might have been Harvard. The prison experiment where they made a prison and then conditions got really extreme and they were being like they weren't just doing the studying where they were making like an actual honest to goodness prison. That's a great example of unethical unethical research and how they were treating their human participants. But then it also gets into stuff like how you communicate with study participants. If your study requires that you like lie to your participants at all, there has to be a way to like communicate with them, either that they like afterward telling them that they've been lied to and giving them the truth. You have to find ways to like minimize harm in the meantime, where they don't want being told that they were lied to about something to like destroy people's lives and stuff. So there's a lot of like harm minimizing in studies that require that the participant knowing about the true purpose of the study would ruin it. Stanford's correct, I think. Stanford? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Stanford Prison Experiment. There was a study in this. I think it was I'm trying to remember if this was actually just literally the same guy who did the Stanford Prison Experiment, because he did a couple of the really unethical experiments. But there was a study on like human behavior about like when people about how people interact with authority, where they would have a participant and then a like planted participant. They told the participant that the study was to test how how people learned and how discipline affects people in learning. So they were like, okay, we have you two volunteers. We're going to hook one of you up to this electrostatic shock machine, and we're going to give you some like math problems. And if you get it correct, then you won't get shocked. But if you get it incorrect, then we're going to have the other participant shock you. And the planted study participant at this point says like, oh, by the way, I have a heart condition. So I'm a little concerned about that with the study. The researcher says it should be fine. I'll be monitoring everything. And then invariably the real volunteer is the one who ends up being the one to, you know, to give the questions and the shocks. And the fake participant does badly. Milgram shock experiment. Yes. I feel like this requires some mild lying. What have you got here? It's loading. I did, but it's line approved by an ethics board. Yeah, if it's approved by an ethics board, then, you know, then what you gonna do? Yeah, it's not pulling up for me. Sometimes links just are real funky and don't load. But do you want to just tell me what you're looking at? I think it's that while I'm streaming, links are like, whoa, you're using a lot of internet. Whoa, what the heck? And again, I'm not gonna say that some studies don't require lying. That is a proven fact. But yeah, no. So in the Milgram shock experiments, then the fake participant does really badly. But the researcher keeps telling the real participant to turn up the shock levels, to the point where the fake participant is like screaming and stuff, and it's all pre-recorded dialogue, so it's not like, you know, they're actually just screaming their heads off a room over. But it had really major effects on the psyches of the people who were involved with it. And to be honest, a lot of the things that they claim to have proven with the study have been called into question by like some methods. Not to say that they didn't learn anything from the study. It's just that what they learned is not, I think, what they thought that they were learning. The trolley problem in real life, unveiled by Vsauce. I see. But yeah, all I'm saying is people have these ideas for experiments because they want to test things, they want to learn things, and I'm not saying that it's all bad necessarily, or that you know, or that, and I'm not saying that it's like oh, but you have to be a member of academia to be able to properly understand how to do research. No, it's just, I get a little concerned in the modern era of YouTube that without proper oversight on these things that people are doing, that, you know, that people are gonna get hurt someday. I'm really concerned about that. Coming from number one field where we had to learn lessons about how we had to be careful when dealing with human participants. I'm really worried about how YouTube videos with human participants could potentially harm people. I could also talk about the Stanford Prison Experiment. Wouldn't be surprised. It's quite a famous experiment. But here, I'll grab that link too as well. But yeah. And it's, listen, not to get involved in like big drama. But it's something that I'm real concerned about with, say, you know, the recent things that have been coming out about the Beast games. Where that's obviously reality television, that's not a study, per se. But it is, I think, a great example of someone, at least allegedly. I'm not going to claim to have any the real personal knowledge, but from some of the stories that I've heard allegedly, them not looking after the needs of their human participants, you know? Should I die? Oh. What's up, YouTube? Mr. Beast coming in from the Stanford prison. Same page. Yeah. It's, people have all these ideas about, like, I don't know, human nature and doing these fun, funky things where it's people, you know, people can doing these things are competing, and how do humans react to these circumstances? And well, it just feels very much like man, we've already done this. Like, okay, let's talk. Jilson, who doesn't know details, he's always giving me a pretty sketchy vibe. I've certainly never enjoyed his content style, at the very least. I think it's always felt very fast fashion to me. So I've personally never been quite a fan of that, and I'm not going to lie, it's always given me a sour taste in the mouth the way that, like, it'll... Okay, let's talk about compensation to the point that people would do dangerous or unreasonable things for it. You know, that's basically kind of Mr. Beast's whole model. Charity for content is a worrying seed in my stomach. Same vibe as can't pay too much for a site because of what people do for it. Yeah, no, exactly. It's alarming to me that really does kind of seem to be the whole Beast model, is offer outrageous sums of money. The way shows are filmed, typically film the Beast games as a one-off. Yeah, and that really bothers me. That really bothers me. I hate that. Squid Game had the same thing. Squid Game, the fictional show, or Squid Game, the production, the real world production. What an early stream we've got there. Hi, Shard Spoon. Yeah, it's early stream today because I have to go help some children with a back to school thing in a bit. But yes, we are early streaming today. We're currently talking about unethical. We're talking about how I'm concerned about YouTube videos doing essentially doing essentially a bunch of like studies on that are unprotected by like ethics boards and stuff. Since the producers in these videos were just stuffing in for contestants that tested positive for cover, something like that. Oof. That's concerning. I don't know. But no, like it really seems like a lot of the Beast model is just offer unreasonable sums of money to people in exchange for doing potentially dangerous things. And again, as someone who is licensed to perform studies with human participants, like, entertainment is obviously a different field, a different beast, but it really does put a sour taste into my mouth, because one of the things that we had to, like, learn and talk about in the class that I got the certification is, you know, people can be really desperate, and they will agree to things that will hurt them if they think they need it enough. And that makes me really uncomfortable. That puts such a terrible taste in my mouth. Squeaking Iron is the fastest torment nexus I've ever seen. Truly dizzying. Seriously. Just not too sure about the current drama with him. It seems fine to me. A different beast. A different beast. Got him. Dance Monkey Dance. Don't you want to pay off those medical bills? Seriously though, Penny, have you been following the have you been following the things that have been coming out about the Beast Games production that he did recently in like a Las Vegas stadium? Again, I'm not an expert on the subject. I've just sort of tangentially been keeping up with it, but long and short of it really is just essentially that there were some major, what I would call human rights violations happening, with like medical issues and taking people's medications from them and not giving them insulin and letting contestants like physically beat each other up for success and things. I don't know, just, yeah, it's entertainment, yeah, it's reality television, but I don't know, again, just sour taste in my mouth. What are medical bills? What are... Gosh darn it, Penny. A little bit, but not much. I've only seen a brief moment from Dogpack's video. Yeah, I don't know exactly what you've heard. Horrible American tradition. Do not recommend. Yeah, do not recommend medical bills. They are not worth it. But yeah, so basically all that I know that I've heard is that there was it was like preliminary elimination for a show that he was planning to do with Amazon, Beast Games again, and has the biggest offered cash prize of any reality show ever from Overword. Again, going back to the, you know, offering offering an amount of money that's unreasonable in exchange for participation. And they brought everyone in for the preliminaries. They said it would be a 1 in 1,000 chance, but then they actually had 2,000 participants there. This was not communicated to the participants before filming. They brought them to this big old stadium, divide them into teams, had them participate in, or divide them into teams, then decided that they needed to have another team ask people to divide themselves instead of doing it, instead of having the production handle it. Then told them to just, like fighting broke out, with people like again, like beating each other up to either get or prevent other people from getting jerseys for different teams. No one was really fed properly. The contestants were asked to hand their medications over to the team and then often didn't get them back. We call them taxes over here? God, I wish that were me. And then, like, people kept, like, passing out from dehydration and stuff, and they just get dragged off of the... They'd get dragged off the floor by the producers. Then also, like, eliminated contestants, were not given, like, travel accommodations home, and their hotel rooms were canceled. I don't have sources in front of me, so I can't can't talk about this definitively. And again, I don't have any like first-hand knowledge myself, just what I've heard from other people. But yeah, some what I would call major human rights violations. From what I've read. Common misconception, you have those two, they just build a lot of missiles? Yeah. The American military industrial complex. Woo, 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 woo. Hate that. Big unenjoyer, in fact. But yeah, I listened to the stories that are coming out about it, and obviously I can't confirm or deny them. It's entirely possible that, you know, for legal reasons, I've no first-hand knowledge of the situation, and it could be entirely different than than the stories that I've heard, but I don't know. It just, ugh. Hits a lot of ew gross buttons for me. I was gonna do the thing with the hello. I was gonna do that thing again where I use the trapdoor and fall down, but then I decided not to do that. Alright, now with a little more durability on my axe, let's go finish up in the cactus room. This is kind of useless without Pine Gaps. If any Aussie YouTubers want to sneak into Pine Gap in Alice Springs, could be neat. Could be neat. Could be kind of cool. But I don't know. To reiterate again, just as part of the field that kind of had the number one learning how to number one maybe we shouldn't do unethical human research testing field. you know, I just have some thoughts about things that I see coming from YouTube on occasion. And I just think we've literally already been here, you know? We the sociologists did it, we did it so that no one else had to. Please. Please. Figured out ethics boards and everything like 70 years ago. Or not 70 years ago, 60 years ago. We figured this all out. Just please. Wait, so I did that? Me out here just begging, pleading, like, no, guys, please. We've already done ethics boards. We already. We did that. It's giving, you know, you know how the whole thing about OceanGate was, they were like, we feel like science is often inhibited by the restrictions that are placed on it. And then the restrictions were literally just like safety measures to prevent people from dying while doing research. That's kind of how I feel a lot with a lot of YouTube videos nowadays. They're like, we feel as though, you know, people just aren't doing crazy messed up experiments like they used to. Let's do some crazy messed up experiments. And then surprise, turns out no one does the crazy messed up experiments anymore because it comes with a lot of you know, harm to the people involved and legal issues, and it's just all around not a great idea. We already did this. Context of the YouTubers on the mission is firebombed before the journey started? What? Oh goodness. I'm gonna drink some water because CandyBot is telling me to. Thanks, CandyBot. Very cool. Very pog. Very nice. But ooh, advancements. I really should finish some of my advancements at some point. Because it's not like super important, but I don't know. Oh, hey, apparently I've killed all but 3 hostile monsters. Probably one of those, definitely for sure, Warden. This channel is about Australian politics and corruption, so he's annoyed some very powerful people. That's so fun. I love. Okay, this seems as though it's intentional, but I am a big fan of the. I'm a big enjoyer of the whole YouTuber turns into an unwitting investigative journalist the whole thing that happens on occasion. You know, I just think it's neat. I just think it's so funny that people are like, ah, so silly, let's so silly, we're doing the YouTubes, and then all of a sudden they are investigating major corruption in their local political scene. I just think it's really funny. And again, this one sounds intentional, and I respect that a lot, particularly with how, yeah, spooky the political world gets when very powerful people get mad. But I don't know, just the entertainment to unwitting investigative journalist pipeline is quite silly, in my own personal opinion. There's God's mother's house right after a video on a tampon gun. Wildin'. People really just be wildin' out here with this kind of stuff. Huh. I also just think I just think people should be nice to each other. Thumbs up smile at the camera. The American flag gets superimposed behind me. The American national anthem starts playing, and then all gets shut down as everyone realizes that that doesn't vibe with the American industrial military complex, and they have to shut down before the military stops sponsoring their program. Yippee! Oof, though. Oof. Yeah, Australia just in general seems pretty wild, and like the more here I hear about like what happens in like culturally what happens in Australia, the more I'm like, huh. Like definitely don't get me wrong. It does seem as though like living conditions at the very least are far better there than here probably. But man, it's wild and you know, have launder about 25 to 50k Australian US dollars through casinos. Oh my gosh. I hate it here. I hate it here. Ah! It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. It's literally fine. I don't know what you're talking about. It's chill. It's whatever. Oh gosh, again. And you got him? Yep, thank you. Oof. Oof. The bots. They do be stopping by asking if I want to purchase viewers. And I've got kind of a hot take that I think that that's at least here in the States, that's technically illegal. That sounds like a human rights violation. Whoa. No, you can't catch me with that, bots. I know the, oh gosh, is it the 16th Amendment? I feel like it's the 16th Amendment. I also know my Third Amendment rights, which means that soldiers cannot be quartered in civilian homes, and, yeah. I'm pretty sure it mostly mentions times of peace, but, yeah. No quartering. No quartering here. Finding every name under the sun. Yeah, like, oh man. At certain points, like, when are real people gonna have a hard time finding Twitch usernames because the bots get them all? That would be big silly, in fact. Especially because I feel like nowadays they go for very generic names, you know? Way back a long time ago they were going for, you know, a kind of outlandish stuff, but there have been some very normal names for bots recently, and that's a bit funky. I'm like, no, but what if someone wanted that username? What if a real human person was like, oh boy, I'm so excited to get this username, and then a bot had it? I'd be so sad. I'd be devastated, honestly. The bots do not deserve it. So just some guy deserves to have that username. I really have quite a lot of tough bricks in my inventory. And I know I'm probably gonna need them for doing little acrobatics eventually, but for the moment I just sort of clogging up the inventory. I don't know how I feel about that. I almost said Dollbot. Oh! Dollbot moment. I'm gonna drink some water. Now listen, I don't subscribe to Dead Internet Theory, but I think they're kind of onto something with like bots attempting normal function kind of thing. With the bots being like, yes, I'm such a cause there's a post on Tumblr that where it's like, yeah, nowadays, seeing a username like, I don't know, like John Smitherton is much more sus than seeing like some crazy outlandish internet username. I'm just scared that the bots are catching on. I'm scared that the bots are catching on to the fact that of the internet username conventions, and then they're, and not even that I'm worried about getting tricked by that. I'm worried about them taking those names then from some poor soul who just wants to make a, I don't know, make an internet account and look at fan art or something. What you got there, Penny? Stupid boy. Oh? How much money can we launder in a day? We snuck into CIA base in the Aussie Outback. Yippee! That's so fun. That's so fun and exciting. I feel so great about that. Okay, I will say, I actually think I need to go, because I believe it is, I've been getting some texts from the children, and I think it's time for me to engage. I need to help them out with some things. So, putting you guys all on the end screen, I will be back tomorrow. I'm currently streaming Tuesday through Saturday, normally 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, but tomorrow will be another 11:30. We're doing the early streams. I believe Friendly Jordy's the one who got firebombed. Sheesh. Yeah, tomorrow we'll be streaming at 11:30 again, probably doing the Minecraft. And yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys here because I don't have time to do a raid, so everyone take care of yourselves, drink some water, take your meds, get some sleep, go find something cool to do or something cool to watch. Love you guys lots, and bye-bye. Oh, I hate when I do the high voice up. Bye-bye.